Hey everyone, KitaSean here, so welcome back to another Hololive card game video. Well, technically this is the first video of Hololive card game on this channel. I did make a video before, but that's like an introduction, so I don't really count that. But anyways, we're going to be talking about Hololive card game in this one, and specifically we're going to be talking about the ban list that happened, or is going to happen, in the JP version of Hololive card game. It got recently announced. It's going to go in effect on April 21st, 2025, which is literally a week from now. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. Now, this video is more towards the veteran players, those who are playing the card game right now, but I also think this is also great knowledge for those who want to get into Hololive card game, because I know there are a lot of you guys that are wanting to play this game but just waiting for the English version to come out, which is coming out in July, 3 months away from now. I mean, I do know that there are Hololive fans that do open these boxes, have no idea what to do with these cards because they're just collecting the cards. Maybe you want to play the game later, who knows? So this is technically some knowledge to you guys to see what's going to happen for the English version, or if you're going to play right now with the JP version. So yeah, I just want to explain why they banned these cards, why they limited these cards, why was this lifted, etc. So I'll give you guys a thorough explanation on why this happened, and yeah, we're going to go ahead and talk about the ban list that's going to be happening on April 21st, 2025. So the first card that we're going to be talking about on this list is going to be this Mumei First. Now, this Mumei First is lifted off the ban list actually, so it's not on the ban list anymore, which is great. Now, originally the reason why it was put on the ban list, I mean, before we talk about that, actually, there was a ban list before the second set came out. The first set is super strong, so many strong cards in that first set, and I highly recommend you guys keep a lot of your cards from the first set when the English version comes out. I'll talk about that in a different video, but the reason why this was banned was because the Promise deck was super overpowered, and this is actually a card that's not the reason why that deck was overpowered. There's another card we'll be talking about in a bit, but this one here has a bloom effect. It can search a debut or first Holoman from your deck that is a Promise traded card, except Buzz, and you put that card in your hand and then shuffle your deck. And it also attacks for 30 arts. Arts is damage. Now, what are these terminologies? I'll talk about these terminologies more depth in a different video, but I'm just going to give you a gist of it right now. Bloom effect is basically an evolution effect. So debut is your base card. First is an evolution card as well. Buzz is also a different type of evolution card. The best way to explain Buzz is that it's an EX card like Pokemon. So if you kill a Buzz, you basically take 2 life. That's how it is. But anyways, the bloom effect, when you evolve your debut to a first, which is this card here, you can search a Promise. A Promise is a trait in this Hololive card game. There are different types of traits: first gen, second gen. There's also EN, ID, etc, etc. But you search a Promise card, and the Promise card that you want to search with this card specifically is going to be this Iris First card. This is the real issue of the Promise deck. This Iris has a bloom effect where you can give your center and your collab Holoman plus 30 damage each. So collab and center is basically your main attacker, and your collab is your second attacker essentially. So you have 2 attackers that in Holoman card game, which is actually really cool. Now basically both those characters are getting plus 30 damage, so that's plus 60 damage for the attack. Now if you have multiple copies of this Iris, obviously you do the math. So this Iris specifically is actually limited to 1 right now. So the reason why they got rid of the Mumei off of the ban list is because there are cards that can do the same effect as her. Obviously not search for Promise, but other specific traits or first or seconds, etc. So this is a staple card in any deck, and there's no reason to put this on the ban list when other decks have the same effect. So great that this card is off. So Promise decks are a little bit stronger now. Again, this Iris is the real issue. I feel like they could have just banned this in general, but I think 1 copy for a deck is fine. So yeah, it just makes sense that the Mumei is off the ban list now. The next card that we're going to be talking about is this support card. It's also a mascot card. It's called Tatang. Mascots or supports are basically item cards in Pokemon, but mascot is an equipment. And this specific mascot card, the Tatang, gives plus 10 arts, plus 10 damage to any Holoman that it has equipped on. But specifically, if it's equipped to a Renee, it gives the Renee plus 30 HP. Now the plus 10 damage is actually not the issue, it's the plus 30 HP that's the issue. Now the Renee that you're going to equip this on is going to be the second Renee right here. As you can see, this Renee has 190 HP. 190 HP is actually a line where a lot of decks can now reach, so you can one shot, but this Renee specifically can also one shot because she has really strong effects on her card. But the Tatang gives her plus 30 HP, making it a lot harder to kill her, so she can one shot herself but also tank an attack. So that was the issue. It was really hard to kill Renees, and again, if you have 4 Tatangs, 4 Renees, you're gonna have to go through 4 Renees that are tanks. So now it makes it a lot easier to go against Renee decks. I mean, the one shot is still there that you can't just get rid of, because I mean it just makes Renee decks completely dead if you get rid of that, right? So the Tatang you needed to limit that to 1 so that you can only struggle against 1 Renee. The other 3 Renees you can actually take care of. So the Tatang was very overpowered for the Renee. It just made her tanky, and it just makes sense that they limited this to 1 as well. So the last card that we're going to be talking about on the ban list is this Kanata second card. It's very controversial right now. It's so controversial that Kanata herself had to tell everyone, calm down. Now the reason why this card is controversial is because, well, we thought that another card was the issue, which we'll talk about in a bit, but this card itself is strong as well. It is. It has a collab effect where when you collab this, put it in the collab zone, you can do 50 damage to your opponent's center Holoman, which is very strong. And the regular attack is that if this attack does 50 more damage than the current HP of the Holoman that this card kills, the opponent takes 2 damage instead of 1. So this basically can do 2 damage to your opponent. Very strong, but it's kind of hard to get an additional 50 over damage, right? But the card that allows this card to do that is this card right here. So Oshi cards in Hololive are essentially your leader cards, and they have 2 different skills. They have a regular Oshi skill and an SP Oshi skill. An SP Oshi skill is a skill that you can use once per game. The regular Oshi skill you can use as much as you want as long as you pay the cost. So this Kanata Oshi skill, the one that you can use unlimited as long as you pay the cost, can make your opponent's center Holoman to 50 HP, no matter what their HP is at. If their HP is at like 220, you can just shoot it down to 50. So obviously you use that Oshi skill, you attack with this one, you basically take 2 life. So this is the real issue here. This is the card they should have banned, but from what we see, they have no plans on banning Oshi cards. That just looks like it's not going to happen. They just completely killed the deck by limiting a second card to 1. The second card is like your boss card in your deck. So they essentially just killed the Kanata deck, and a lot of people are just mad about that because a lot of Hololive fans that play Hololive card game want to play with their favorite Hololive members. So they essentially just killed the Kanata deck. So like they could have just killed this Oshi card. They could have just banned this Oshi card and allowed the Kanata deck just to still strive. Like the Oshi card, you can put anyone as your Oshi card. It doesn't matter who it is. But to kill a card that's in your deck, that just again kills the deck. So it really sucks that Kanata is now dead. I feel like if they just banned the Oshi card, this would have been fair. I mean, yeah, it still would have been an issue, but I still think just banning this would have made this a lot more fair. It would make the second Kanata card work to get that additional life. So I don't really agree with the limitation to this to 1 like many players out there. This should have been the ban right here. I think all of us agree with that. So there you guys have it. That was me explaining the ban list that's going to be happening on April 21st, 2025. My final thoughts on this ban list. I agree with everything except for the Kanata. Like many people out there, I feel like they just killed the deck, and they could have just banned this right here. This is the issue. I think everyone agrees this is the real issue right here, because this card can still exist in game. You can use it with any deck out there, and yeah, it's just this HP right here. This first Oshi skill is kind of dumb. If it was a SP skill, then that would have been more understandable, but because it's a skill that you can consistently use as long as you pay the cost, that's the issue right there. Do I think this is gonna still be in tournament? Oh yeah, for sure. I think there's gonna be still decks that use this one, but I agree it's not gonna be like super overpowered or anything like that. I do think the tier list does change quite a bit. I do think there are decks out there that are now stronger because of this ban list, but that's for another video, so look forward to that. But that's basically about it. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and comment down below. I will try to explain to the best of my ability. But yeah, I'm going to be making more Hololive card game content in the future, so look forward to that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.